Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Heidi. I'm completely blind, so I don't look directly at you, but I promise I'm right here with you. So today is a bit of a different video. It's not a perfume video at all, but I thought let me just come on here and do a bit of a get to know me style of video. And I was really thinking, should I not? I'm not sure, I'm a bit nervous sitting here just talking about myself. But then I thought, you know what? I see so many people doing it now. That is just confirmation. Perhaps I should just hop on here and just talk through some questions that you might have about me. Perhaps you have no questions about me, and that is perfectly fine. Perhaps you are, you just want to see the perfumes and that is what the channel is about. So that is fine. But I thought if you would like to know, here I am. So let me know after this video if there's anything else that I haven't answered that you would want to know. So I am 41 years old. I'm turning 42 this year. And as many of you will know, I have got 4 fur babies. I've got 3 ginger cats and 1 black Labrador called Upton. He's also my guide dog. You might see him. He's lying on the bed right there here next to me. I've got 3 younger sisters. I'm the oldest of all of my siblings, and it is wonderful having sisters. And my favorite color is yellow. I love yellow. It reminds me of the sunshine. It reminds me of, just happy days. It's just such a bright, happy color. Even though I don't like summer, like you will know, it is still a very happy, bright color and makes me feel very happy if I know that I've got something on that is yellow, or that if I have yellow flowers or anything like that. So you might ask, so how do I know what yellow looks like? Which is a very valid question. And the reason how I know is because I could still see a little bit until the age of 10, whereafter I lost the very little sight I had at that point. So I was diagnosed as a baby with eye cancer, what they call retinoblastoma. That is a childhood cancer. And as a consequence of that, they had to remove my right eye. That's right, because it was just one big tumor. They could still save this eye. And so I had to go for radiation as a baby. And, I was always considered legally blind, but I could see enough that I can remember what my mom looked like. I remember, what trees look like, those sort of things. And colors are amongst the things I remember, and I'm so grateful for that. But then, like I said, by the age of 10, and I think it's just natural deterioration after radiation. Oh, that sounds like a poem. Natural deterioration after radiation. I lost the vision in my left eye. I'm just going to take a sip of my chai latte. I'm again drinking a chai latte. So good. Anywho's, where was I? Okay. So then, regarding my eyes, if I can just stand still on that for a moment, when in 2019, so remember at this point I could see nothing. So 2019 came and I really had a lot of pain all of a sudden in that eye. I went to the ocular oncologist, which is just, the eye cancer doctor. And he said, it's because the tumors in your eye have calcified so much. That's why it's hurting so badly. And I thought, you know what? The eye is not pretty, because look, it wasn't pretty at all. It was cloudy. It was not looking good. It was not pretty. It could not see, and now it pained. I experienced a lot of pain, so I thought it's not worth it. Take that one as well, please. So they removed that eye in 2019. And then I thought, you know what? Let's turn a frown upside down and let's change my eye color, because I had brown eyes and I decided I always wanted green eyes, and I Googled, beautiful green eyes of actors, and I landed on Amelia Clark and also Charlize Theron. So the ocularist made me something as close to that eye color as she could go. She used digital prints on the eye. She used to do it by freehand. It's actually very interesting. She used to color the irises and the pupil and all of those things with freehand. She used threads to make the veins in the eye to give it a bit of that natural red vein look. And yeah, so, and she made me those eyes, and she kept the digital prints on records for when I have to go again, and I'm actually due for new eyes because they also deteriorate as time go by. That it's actually very interesting for me. I don't know if you will find it interesting, but nowadays the technology is so good that they can actually make artificial eyes with pupils that dilate. And that is especially, I think that becomes important when you have one artificial eye and one normal eye, because it might look a bit strange if the one eye's pupil dilates and the other one doesn't. So I thought that was very interesting. I don't have that fancy eyes, but yeah. What was also interesting for me is that the doctor asked me whether I could see anything in my left eye. And I said, no, I can't. And he said, because if I could see anything at all, he would have advised me to keep the eye, even if I could only see light and darkness. Because he said that, and I mean, I think we all know it, but that plays such an important role in our sleeping patterns. So if there was anything that I could see in terms of that, he wouldn't have wanted to remove the eye. So that just brings me to a question that people often ask me, and that is whether I see darkness. I think we often equate blindness with darkness. Blindness is not the same as closing your eyes. 100% not. I know both. I could see a bit, I closed my eyes, and I could see the redness of this eye that I still have, have left. I could see the redness of the back of my eyelids. I remember that very clearly, and how dark it becomes when you close your eyes. But blindness is not like that. Some blind people can still distinguish between light and darkness. They can see when the lights are on or when it's off. But if you are completely blind, then you see nothing. It is as good as if I should ask you, so tell me, what does your hand see? Or what does this glass see? Nothing, nothing. Absolutely nothing. So that is that. It's definitely not darkness. And then people also ask me, do I dream? Can I see when I dream? And the answer is, and I really had to think about this. This was strange. And I think I know why I had to think about it. But yes, I am blind when I dream. The thing is, why it is difficult is because I still have a very visual mind's eye. That typical thing, if I should ask you, so do you have a dressing table in your room? You will immediately see your bedroom in your mind's eye, right? So I have that all the time. If I talk to you, if I imagine things, it's like, my mind's eye is very active. I don't know if that makes sense. So that is the same with dreaming for me. So yes, I still see in my mind's eye, but I can't physically see, which it becomes stranger and more difficult to distinguish when you dream, because your dreams, what is that other than your mind's eye, right? So, it's such a complicated thing, actually, I think. So, despite the fact that I'm blind, my parents very much ensured that I was treated the same as my siblings. There was no preferential treatment for me, quite to the contrary. And also, you know, my dad just said to me, I was very young still, that one day, Heidi, one day you will go to university. And I said, what's that? And he said, you will go and study further for what you want to do with your life. So for me, that was always just the case. I am going to go and study. It was just a matter of what. Eventually, I decided to go and study psychology. I did that. I did my undergraduate years. I did my PhD. And then I started private practice and also working part-time for a non-governmental organization. And then I decided I really miss the research part of my studies. So I applied for academic jobs and I landed at my current job, where I'm now a university professor in psychology. I love my job. It is so fulfilling for me, especially the fact that I can do research, that I can write. That part is the most fulfilling. I also love lecturing, but that is a portion of what I do. I also supervise the research of students. Love, love, love that. I do that all mostly on my computer. From my computer, I have a program on my computer, so when I type, it reads things back to me. So I can't use the mouse. For example, I can't use the mouse. I have to use shortcuts when I use the computer. So, what would a get to know me video be without talking about romance and dating and all those kind of juicy stuff? So nothing really interesting to report there. If you've been with me for a while, you will know that at the moment I'm single, I'm living alone, and I'm quite happy at the moment where I am in life with regards to that. I've been married for 13 years. I got divorced almost 4 years ago now. I've dated ever since, but I've been completely single since August. And actually, to be honest, I'm at the moment a bit in love with this phase of my life and being single. I mean, if you know, you know. If all of a sudden you don't have to report to anyone, you can do what you want when you want. It is absolutely glorious. I'm not advocating for singleness, and I'm not saying that it's terrible being in a relationship. Not at all. I think both have definitely its advantages, but at the moment I'm enjoying where I am now. And on that note, I mean, I live alone, but I'm certainly not isolated or lonely. I love hanging out with my friends. For example, last week, let's take last week. Monday, me and a friend walked our dogs after work, and he came and drank coffee by me. He brought biscuits. Tuesday evening, I went out with two of my friends. We have a weekly, arrangement that we go out on Tuesday evening to a different restaurant. Wednesday evening, I went to visit a friend because another friend was visiting from Cape Town. So it was quite a girl party. And on Friday evening, friends came over because I made cottage pie, and I invited them over. I love cooking. So the weekend I was alone, which I absolutely love. I'm actually a true introvert. And during that time, I will usually, play Scrabble online. I will plan my videos. I will pack the boxes for the various videos, do my video editing, read, watch series, cook. those sort of things. I now had the idea of starting a monthly thing where I choose one country for the month and then I cook at least once that month a recipe from that country. I think that would be such an interesting and fun thing to do. So that is, for example, on my to-do list. I love going to farmers markets with friends on Saturday mornings. We often go to the symphony, we go to shows, to musicals. Last year I saw My Fair Lady and Chicago. What's the other one I saw? Oh, Dear Evan Hansen. So yeah, I love my life. that's all of that I could say at the moment. I love where I'm at. I'm also quite an adrenaline junkie, or should I rather say I used to be. I've skydived twice. I've bungee jumped once. I zorbed. If you've ever heard of zorbing, oh my goodness, and you haven't tried it, oh, I can recommend it so highly. It is like sitting in this ball, a big ball, like a, you know, like a medicine ball. It's exactly the same material. It also feels like that silicone rubbery feeling. They put some water in the ball. They zip it open. You climb in the ball, they zip you up, and you're on top of this very steep hill, and then they push you and you roll down the hill in this ball. It is amazing. It is amazing. It feels like you are in a washing machine. So I love that sort of activities. Nandi and I actually decided we want to go and skydive end of April again. Well, she hasn't yet, but she wants to skydive end of April with me. Let me know if we do it, if you would like to see a clip of that. After all, this is a perfume channel, so I just want to hear. If you want to know, more than happy to upload that. And yeah, that is in a nutshell me. Sure, I think I made life sound so perfect. Of course, it is not all moonshine and roses. I mean, it wasn't pleasant getting divorced. It wasn't, you know, when they removed my left eye, it was quite emotional for me, just for the mere fact that it's your body part. It feels like a loss, even though it's not a loss that you can really define, if that makes sense. But the thing is, at the moment, I'm at a point in my life where all of those things are so far behind me that I can now talk more lightheartedly about it, you know. Like, coming back to my eyes, for example, if you would have told me in 2019 that I would upload a video on YouTube telling people that I have artificial eyes, I would have said, no way, no way, I would never do that. That is too embarrassing for me. And yeah, it just shows me that it's really not an issue for me anymore. And yeah, it's actually, for me, I'm so glad that I did it. Thinking back of that ugly eye I had. Anyway, so that is me. I hope you enjoyed my personal ramblings over here. I enjoyed chatting to you, and next I will be back with a perfume video. Thank you so much for all your love and support. I love you. Bye for now.